Hello and welcome back to week number 2 of R&D. Wait, hour number 2 of week number. God damn it, week number 6. I think.
Just turn off and start over. I do it on my show all the time. It works great.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Hello. I'm not editing this in the VOD, but I just did that because it was funny. We're back with more roleplay R&D. Someone failed to roll right before we ended. So what happened, Steven?
That was hilarious. So we got down into this this pit with this black walled liquid held back by this glass window. We disarmed the device, and Irolo turned into a bear, promptly hibernated, woke up by having Quellen poke him with a spear, and then charged into the wall. And then Radis, who was still upstairs, shouted down that they heard someone coming. So what are you guys going to do?
Well, quickly, the ropes. Are you going to pull on them? Should we just stare at them? Perhaps I could draw a picture or write a song about these ropes.
Do you want to go...
I begin climbing the ropes.
Okay. So, Lobelia, you climb up to the top. What are the rest of you doing?
I meant the ropes. The ropes at the door. Does anyone... The door.
The door
Lord
ropes.
Wyman, you're not rhyming.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
door ropes that
understand
are in
your
the thing.
conversation.
Yes.
He's talking about the ropes that I was talking about before.
the
There's like
stone.
3. There's kind of like a
Yes.
like a puzzle thing happening right now.
Are you pulling on them, Lobelia? Is that what you're doing?
No, I climbed up the rope
Good. Okay, cool.
because
And Lord Wyman,
Immediate
are you going to...
danger.
I
you
would
going to
like
do
to
anything with these
investigate these ropes.
Okay. What are you doing to investigate them?
Shit, I'm a bard. I don't know. I would just... You know what I would like to do? Is I would like to ask my good man Thrash to take a look and perhaps pull one of these ropes so I can observe what will happen to the door.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Thrash, my good man, come over here. I'm going to look very closely at this door while you pull on the leftmost rope. Not too much, just a smidgen.
Cool. Thash looks at you askance. He says, very well, Lord Wyman, very well. As long as you're not singing the song of my doom. He steps over to this little alcove and tries to pull on the leftmost rope, and he says, Lord Wyman, the leftmost rope does not move when I pull it. Lobelia, you're back up at the top, and you can see around the corner. If you remember, we were sort of walking past these statues, and immediately past them there was a corner that turned to the left. You can see around the corner, you're not actually looking around it yet, but there's sort of a glowing light that's coming from around the corner. And Itog, Quellem, and Hyam are all sort of looking at it while holding the rope that's leading down the slope. What do you do?
I'm going to kind of peer over and see if I can catch a glimpse of what this person is, and then peek back over the corner.
Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
Yes, as sneaky as
Okay.
I possibly can. I don't want to get caught.
Roll plus dex. Oh, yeah. You peek your head
Nice.
around the corner and actually press yourself against the wall to basically like just look like a small outcropping of stone. And you peer around the corner and you see this creature. It's on fire. It's got the upper body and head of a man, and it's got 4 arms. Let's see here.
It's Goro from Mortal Kombat, but he's on fire. Mortal Kombat!
Sean turns into Johnny Cage and
Finish
hits him in the
him.
nuts.
And I put on sunglasses and my pants are tighter.
Oh my god, totally failing at looking up this creature.
It's an Ifrit.
It is not an Ifrit.
It's
Ifrits are so
aha.
creepy.
it's a Wendigo.
Oh, you know of fiery Wendigos?
I know of funny sounding mythical things.
Okay, good.
It's a Borosaurus.
Okay, it's holding in 2 of its arms, in its upper left and its lower right arm, a spear that's on fire, and it's slithering down the hallway towards you on a serpentine tail, the end of which is clasping an incense burner that's smoking with incense. The air in front of you shimmers a little bit. There's also a hallway just in front of this creature as it moves in your direction that heads off to the right. It moves to the intersection, peers ahead, and holds up its spear high as if shedding light forwards. And then it turns to its left, your right, and heads down this hallway. Now, Lord Wyman,
Yes.
what are you doing
Thash.
upon hearing that Thash cannot pull the leftmost?
Thash, the rightmost rope.
Thash pulls the rightmost rope and he says, "Ah, it's the same, Lord Wyman. It does not move. Let me try the middle rope."
Yes, try the middle rope. I'm paying close attention to the door.
He pulls on the middle rope and it moves. You hear mechanisms back in the wall grinding and clicking. And he says, "Ah!" and stops.
Do I notice anything about the door? Is anything...
Nothing has happened with the door.
Okay.
I mean, a
He
bear
says-
ran into it recently,
He
but
says, "Lord Wyman, there are embers on these ropes. They have all moved as I pulled the middle rope. The two ropes to the sides moved upwards, not downwards. That was clearly my mistake. And two embers have appeared from the bottom."
Like on the ropes themselves?
He says, "Yes, on the ropes themselves, almost encased in a crystalline structure."
Perhaps you can pull the rope and line up all three jewels or embers.
He says, "Very well, Lord Wyman, I shall give it a try." And he continues pulling, and a third ember appears on the middle rope. And when they are all aligned, you hear a massive
Good man!
and
Certainly!
the doorway pushes inwards and then sinks into the floor, revealing a darkened passageway from beyond. The sound of bells or tinkling intensifies and fills the room.
Party, quick! I found a door. It might lead us to our deaths, but certainly we have a way out.
Who has the
Alright.
light down here? Is that Lobelia?
No, I'm up at the
I
top.
think
So-
there is no light down here anymore.
All right,
There's-
it's
You're all in
time
the dark.
that I grab into my adventuring pack and finally pull out this torch that I didn't want to light because
I was
frankly,
waiting.
damn it.
Wait, Lord
All
Wyman,
right.
you had a torch this entire time?
People
Oh!
have been spamming me and tweeting me and saying, "Why don't you pull a torch out?" I'm like, I have 2 freaking candles. Why am I gonna bust out a torch? One of these mother effers can pull out a freaking torch.
So true.
Lord
I've
Wyman,
become a great feral torch.
Lord Wyman, in the future,
my,
pull
my
out.
of the
adventure
forest.
pack has multiple uses, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
5 uses.
5. Okay.
Mark off one
So
use.
you
I've
mark
marked
off one.
Use.
Yeah.
You actually pull out a bundle of torches. You don't just pull out one torch on your use.
at this.
And each torch lasts about 4 hours. You pull out 3 torches. You light one of them, it flares into flame and begins shedding dim light out to a near distance, so everybody who's close to you can see. And things within about the range of a short bow, probably out to 40 or 50 feet, are bathed in a dim light. Anything beyond that is left in shadow. And you see finely carved marble stone pillars holding up a narrow passageway that delves into the rock. And just at the edge of your vision, you see that it curves to the right.
I think perhaps this could be where the great wizard once worked. I don't know if you want to pursue the monster up there, but I think we should go ahead and take this path.
I'm up at the corner of the thing. I run back to, not run, but I nimbly make my way back to the crew that's holding the rope up. And I say, "Let us climb down. Hurry, we must get out of the way. There is something coming. There is a creature. We must go."
Yeah, Itog, Quellim, and Hayam all immediately begin descending the ropes, hand over fist, just super quickly. What do? Are you following them rapidly?
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to get down
Okay.
there and get my rope back up and try to get it back in my pack before we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. You manage to loosen the knot to the point where you think it will come loose just with a quick and deft pull. And once you reach the bottom, you shimmy your way down, pull, reclaim your 2 ropes tied together. Okay, so here you are, all down at the bottom. shed with the warm, glowing light from Lord Wyman's torch. What do you do now?
Like, hurry, we need to go. We can't be here much longer. There's a creature coming. It has 4 arms. It's flaming. It has a spear that's on fire.
Goro from Mortal Kombat on fire.
So I assume I am still just a bear with just a headache.
Yes.
Still.
A bear
Okay,
you are. A bear.
So
A
I
big
turn and I
strong
look.
bear.
So I'm going to I'm going to just get up and sprint down the dark pillared hallway that curves to the left.
Cool. You sprint down the hallway, rapidly finding yourself at the very edge of the torchlight. And you look to your left as it curves around, and you see. Let me see here. What did I? Let me check my notes.
Oh no.
Yes,
Oh,
you see an old dormitory almost. Like there's just a big shadow-filled room with like a whole bunch of beds. You see like a couple of like desks set along the sides of the walls. 1 or 2 of them seems to have like an icon or an altar on them, and there are just like piles and piles of refuse and junk all on the floor.
I'm gonna sniff.
It smells like mold and like incense, and there's like a faint burning scent in the air, almost like arcane magic burning the inside of your nostrils. You notice now that you've run down here, dashed this way, that the tinkling sound that was assailing your ears from before has stopped.
Well, let's advance.
All right, Lord Wyman, are you catching up to Irola?
Yes.
Okay,
That silly bear.
cool. Who's going first? Is it Rock, Lobelia, Lord Wyman, Irolo, marching order, or is Irolo in the front now?
Irola would be in the front.
I'm just in the room and I'm sifting through this junk, seeing if I can identify or
I think he would
recognize
definitely be
anything.
first because he's already rushing
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
I'll be
I'll
second.
follow in suit though.
I'm a charging
Or
bear.
JP wants to go next, I guess, and I'll go follow right in.
Cool. So Irolo, Rock, Lobelia, Lord Wyman. All right. So Irolo, you step into the room and begin sifting through all of this junk, looking for something of value. Ooh, let's see if there is anything of value. Let's see. Ooh, I need to find its. Yes, I need to know more information. Good. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we're rolling some stuff to see if you find any cool shit. Oh man, awesome.
You're dead.
Awesome.
He does it all
Bomb.
secretly too. So
Yeah.
On a meth bomb.
Can I roll all my dice too? Just...
Oh wow, that's like huge numbers. That's
We find
Yeah.
all the loot.
you sift through all of this stuff and you find a golden poured statue, like a molded golden statue to STR. It's this like dude with this like white tunic that goes all the way down to the floor, except that instead of having any sleeves, they're cut off at the sleeves, and he's got these hugely bulging muscles, and he's sitting there like Rodin's the Thinker, except in one arm he's got like this really heavy dumbbell.
Oh, right. A homoerotic STR statue.
We all
Yes,
see this?
dig
Or
it.
is it
absolutely.
just Irolo?
It's Irola who finds this.
Okay.
Who, of course, has no pack or hands to handle it, so I'll go over there and simply grab the statue.
No. I just.
I like the scene. I like the
the
scene of Steven over here with the book and he's like twiddling his mustache.
Yeah, I'm totally like, stroke the beard. So good.
Well,
Yes.
when I walk in the room and see that, I immediately stop Lord Wyman. And if he doesn't stop, I like put my sword in front of him and say like, do not, fuck. What's it called when you like, do not desecrate this holy monument to,
Yeah.
to the god STR.
So
Yeah,
you
no
hold out
peeing
your
at it,
sword.
giant bear.
Rock, my good
Stopping.
friend. I have no problem with that. Do you see this bear who happens to be tearing through everything? Maybe you should point your sword at him. I ask you politely now to please get it out of my face.
I slowly like pull it back after eyeing the bear a little bit when what Lord Wyman says that. And I
You
walk
notice
over.
that
Oh, go
in
ahead.
amongst the piles of refuse piled up against the corner of the room, you know, like dirty food wrappers and like corn husks and ancient clothing and broken down furniture and stuff. There's actually more glints coming from these piles.
I
Shinies.
disregard all of that stuff and just focus on the statue.
Okay, cool. So you're up over next to Irola. What do you do?
Take off my helmet, kneel down on one knee, and basically start praying in front of the statue.
Awesome. What kind of what does it sound like when you pray to STR?
Uh, really high pitched noises. Like if you're near this is a really strange reference, but hopefully someone gets it. When you're at like one of those hotel breakfast buffets, and the thing that cooks the fucking eggs is too high pitched and too hot, so it makes a really loud ringing noise in your ear. That's what it sounds
Oh,
like.
it's just like,
Wow.
Yeah.
and you're just like, my sinuses.
Yeah,
I can feel
exactly.
the humming in my teeth. Like,
That's what it
Yeah.
sounds like.
All of a sudden, let's see here. Hi, Radis, wielding his table shield. He stops at the edge of the room as he enters and he says, "There's something strange about this room."
Radis, what is it?
He says, "I get the feeling there's something else here, something we haven't seen. We should be careful."
All right. Upon hearing that, I would like to discern realities.
All right. You peer around the room, gazing deeply, holding your torch high.
And I will roll. +1, right?
Plus your wisdom, whatever that is.
8.
Okay.
Boom.
Ask one.
Only one on an 8. Well, what should I be on the lookout for?
You see in these piles, these other glints that are around the room, you identify like 4 or 5 other glints, but they're clustered into 3 piles where like one of them has 2 glints, one of them has 1 glint, one of them has another glint. You see like a crystalline hand very clearly as you hold up your torch and like fan it around the room to try and see. And as you look at this and get prepared to shout out, all 3 of these piles burst forth, and there are 3 crystalline creatures standing there, human-shaped with crystal spears, and one of them rushes towards you, Lord Wyman, but you are prepared, so what do you do?
I immediately sort of jump backward while drawing my sword and assuming that these are magical beasts.
Yes.
I would like to I would like you to tell me something about these beasts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What's your question?
My question is these these beasts obviously materialized out of nothing, so what would be the best way to dispel that?
Huh. Well, so they didn't disappear out. They didn't appear out of nothing. They were hiding in these piles. But you figure the best way to dispel these beasts made out of crystal is they look very brittle. And like any attack that you deliver to them will deal massive damage to the area that's targeted. So if you were to target specific parts of their bodies, you could render them worthless without even needing to actually kill them.
Gentlemen, grab your arms. We must attack these creatures. They are so fragile. So aim for the groin area. It will surely disable them. They will not be able to walk, move, but aim in the groin/stomach right around here area.
in my giant bear form, I still have the root of the great tree in my arm, even in bear form, and I pull it back and feel the might of the forest coursing through my bear druid veins, and I take a swinging blow at the crotch of a crystalline warrior.
Awesome.
And while he's doing that, I am ripping out a dagger from my holster and I'm readying it to throw at another one.
Sweet. So if you're making a called shot, here's the consequence. On a 7 to 9, you will take an attack that you can't actually devote any attention to guarding yourself against because you're so focused on delivering your attack. Sound okay, Irolo?
I'm punching a crotch no matter what the system wants me to do.
Super sweet. Roll
what's
it up,
happening.
bro.
Sorry, wait, it's
You also
2d6
say
plus
blade.
what?
Plus your strength. This is a hack and a slash, sir.
I am the shittiest bear.
All right, so Irola the bear goes punching towards the crotch of one of these creatures as it runs past him. It leaps into the air deftly, striking down with its spear as it vaults over this bear and lands skiing on the floor on the other side, leaving a gouge in your hide, Irola. Roll 1d8.
Ooh.
I feel the pain in the back of my bear form, and it stings, but I'm able to
Yes.
shake it off. I
Feel it
have
in your
plus 1
plums,
armor.
actually, Sean.
I feel
Awesome.
it in my blood.
Cool, so Lord Wyman, this guy is still running at you. What are you doing?
I'm going to attack.
Awesome.
It's a moment.
What are you
to-
using?
I'm going to be using my short sword, which I pulled out as he dashed
Yes.
at me.
Are you aiming for a specific body part?
Actually, I am just trying to deal damage at this point.
Sounds good.
Right.
Roll your hack and slash.
Which will be
Plus strength.
yes, if I had any. But in fact, I have negative. Oh,
Okay. This
XP.
this guy comes running towards you, quickly ducks out of range of your sword swing and stabs at you from out of range with his spear, dealing you 1d8 damage.
All right.
Lobelia, your dagger goes flashing through the air,
4.
stabbing at this creature. It strikes home. Are you aiming at this creature's crotch, Lobelia, or another
Yes,
part?
I am.
Awesome. Deal your damage.
Okay, I'm dealing it out.
The crotch.
Can I get plus 2? Ah, yes, I rolled 2 10s in a row.
Awesome. So your dagger flashes and it goes shattering straight through this creature. These guys are brittle, which means that every attack against them has the messy tag. Messy attacks don't just deal damage. They like destroy armor, tear off limbs, cause heavy bleeding, all sorts of awesome stuff. So your attack, where were you aiming this dagger, Lobelia?
Right at its crotch, like
Yeah.
crotch.
Absolutely.
crotch
I threw it
stomach,
at his
down there.
penis.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
see these
Threw it at
like
his
ball
penis.
socket joints where these crystalline legs attach to these crystalline hips, and your dagger slashes straight through the crotch of this thing. The entire pelvis region explodes backwards. The thing crashes to the floor and shatters in a shard of crystal.
Victory!
Now, Lord Wyman, this guy is still standing there, stabbing towards you with its spear. What are you doing? Or Rock, what's your reaction to all of this? You were next to Irolo, praying towards Estia.
Right. I noticed that these things are now attacking my friends and very upset that they are desecrating the lands of, this holy room of STR. I start put up a defensive stance and defend this area.
Cool. So roll plus your con to take your defensive hold.
Please be good.
Are you defending where you are now, or are you defending someone specific?
I'm defending the statue of STR, so I guess where I am
Cool.
now.
Yeah, awesome. Oh. Okay, so the one that
Damn it.
leapt over Irolo
Hey, I get
and
some
landed,
XP.
it looks at you and it stabs sideways, jutting its spear in your direction. What do? You can dodge this if you'd like.
Yeah,
Or you can raise your shield and try to block it.
let's try to block it.
Roll plus con.
Well, I'll block it.
Okay,
That resigned tone. Well, I blocked it with my
Um,
shield, so I have that going for me.
Yeah. It's the Bill Murray meme all over again.
I think. So you can block it, and it will not think you a threat and return to attacking Irolo. or you can let it slip past your guard while also making a threatening gesture and draw its attention to yourself. Which would you like to do?
The second one.
Okay, so it slips past your guard, dealing you 1d8 damage. But now that it sees you have this shield, this sword, and are protecting this statuette of this god, it seems like it's focused entirely on you. Lord Wyman, the one that's right next to you is still like menacing you with its spear. What are you doing?
I think I'm going to take another stab at this thing.
All right.
I know I'm not strong, but I must create these tales to sing these songs. Jesus, fuck!
Oh, all right,
That's
Lord
the
Wyman.
song name.
We're all leveling up tonight.
Lobelia, you
What a
notice that
beautiful song, Lord Wyman.
Lord Wyman is being backed into a corner away from the rest of you by the constant slashing attacks. You see a vicious strike sweeping straight for Lord Wyman's side. What do you do, Lobelia?
Like, do not touch my Lord Wyman! And I get ready my attacker, and I go and I throw another one, and we shall see if I actually do anything or if my call just... I do!
Oh, cool. Are you aiming at something specific?
Yes, his crotch if I can.
Okay.
Or like the side of him.
Roll
to
your
get to the-
damage.
All right, let's do this. Let us do this damage. Man,
Oh my god, yes, your dagger slashes
Oh
through
my
its
God.
pelvis.
The,
all
As
the ones from last week.
Yeah, I know, you're making up for it. As this spear comes rocketing towards your defenseless midsection, Lord Wyman, all of a sudden the entire creature just explodes in shards of crystal, and the spear like shatters its way up the haft and through the head of the spear, like showering against your midsection harmlessly as this creature explodes. The one right behind Irolo begins circling around Rock. What are you doing, Rock?
Can I just go totally barrel?
Yeah.
Feral barrel?
Are you trying to like hold him or crash into him, or are you just trying to deal your damage?
I'm going to sprint up. Still in a berry rage.
The feral barrel!
The feral
Yes.
barrel. The feral barrel. I'm like pushing party members out of the way to try to do another crotch punch at the retreating
rolls a
crystalline
one.
warrior. I
Yeah.
pull back, and I swear to God, I feel the power of the forest coursing through the root in my arm. I'm pretty certain of
Sean,
it.
shut up and roll
it,
two.
Irolo!
As I swipe at the penis of the crystalline monster, I roll 2d6 plus 2. Bam!
Awesome. So this crystalline monster turns at the last moment, jabbing its spear at your face, dealing you 1d8 damage, but your fist connects with its crotch, and you deal your damage. How much do you do?
I do 1d8. Because I have Red of Tooth and Claw.
Awesome.
No, I deal 4. That sucks.
Cool. So you crunch through one of this creature's legs, completely severing it. It explodes in like shatters of glass and crystal on the floor, and this creature is overbalanced, so it deals 1d8 minus 1 damage against you. Roll that for me, please. 5 damage to Irolo. It is hopping around on one leg, Rock. Its back is turned to you. You think you could just like stab it without even needing to roll.
Okay, well, I stab it without even needing to roll.
Roll your damage, sir.
I don't even need to roll, though.
You don't need to roll for the attack.
Okay. It takes 8.
Yeah, you send your sword crashing through its chest, and it just explodes in 2 pieces, shattering the floor with crystal. All of these creatures are dead. It looks like there's nothing more popping out of the.
Are
Nothing
there
more
any
popping out of these
remnants left
piles.
over from these beasts?
There's like crystal shards all over the place. Yeah.
Steven,
I'm
I-
around
I'd like
and
to
I'm
collect
like,
a few.
is everyone okay? Everyone? How you feeling? Good?
Everyone looks okay. The hirelings sort of nod from the doorway, sort of in awe of what just happened. What were you about to say?
Useless hirelings. What the hell? They're just like standing back there like, oh.
I need to make them do
amazing.
more things. I keep forgetting about them.
I would just like
Awesome.
to collect some of the crystals.
I just imagine they're like
Okay.
our like groupies. They're like, Oh my!
That's what they're doing.
Ooh.
And like you
God,
actually see Thatch the minstrel like scratching down notes in a little book like brave Sir Wyman blah blah blah.
Lord Wyman.
And so Lord Wyman, you fill your pockets with a couple of pieces of crystal. Rock, what were you about to do?
I kneel down and cast Speak with Dead.
Ooh.
Nice.
What is that?
A corpse converses with you briefly. It will answer any 3 questions you pose to the best of its knowledge it had in life
Right.
and the knowledge it gained in death.
Because you have cleric spells now. Yeah.
Yep.
Super sweet. Okay, hang on. I need to like find this out. The
I also
cleric.
want to take a couple crystals and kind of like look around the room and see if there's anything else that I should gather.
Okay, you scour the room as you scour the room as Rock leans down and like places his hand amongst the crystals. Rock, what are you asking?
The first question I ask is, who created you?
Like these crackly crystalline voices echo back from beyond the grave, and they say, "We were created by Fen, the great sorcerer, to guard his most precious secrets."
We're Fen's men. We're Fen men.
Yeah.
The second question I ask, is there more of you?
Means are there?
The voice crackles once again, and he says, "There are more of us scattered throughout Fen's arcanery. We will protect unto death."
And then the final question is, what is the most
Well,
important piece of treasure you protected?
Nice.
Cool. Let me see here.
You should
I had to
also
look at
tell
my
them that
notes
they
for
might
that.
want to get some crotch armor. That might be a little bit useful.
Yeah.
Crystalline War. They're
Oh,
wearing chastity
yeah,
belts
awesome.
from Robin Hood Men in Tights. Look,
So, Lobelia, as you search through these piles, you come to the conclusion that there's nothing else of value. But upon examining the statue resting near Rock, you come to the conclusion that it's worth about 190 coin.
wow, that's
That's very
pretty-
precise.
This
That's very-
solid
190
solid gold statue of STR. So Rock, the voice echoes back to you, and it tells you a tale of Fen's obsession with the true nature of creatures, the identity of the soul, and how he used this knowledge to bind spirits into the inanimate creatures and create life where there was none before. And also, he created a weapon called the Spear of Souls. And for every creature this spear slew, it would trap their soul within it. For every soul it stored, this spear could actually strike at the soul of another creature, bypassing all damage mitigation whatsoever.
Such soul.
Such soul.
You're gonna tell us about this thing?
And that, in this humble creature's opinion, is the most valuable treasure that they are guarding.
Okay. I keep that to myself. And,
I already have seen it.
and I just stand up and grab the statue. And basically
Okay. So
Damn it,
this
I was
kinda
gonna grab the
claim that
statue.
as my own.
This room that you're in is probably 40 or 50 feet long. There are a number of broken down beds along the walls. On the other end of the hallway is another door. On the left wall is a pair of doors. Like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Let's investigate these doors.
Okay.
I'll
you
investigate the
investigating-
double doors.
You investigating to the
Alright,
left,
I'll
or are you
investigate the other door.
Okay.
Splitting up the doors.
Lord Wyman, how are you investigating?
Well, of course, I call over to my trusty Thash, sidekick, bard minstrel man. Thash, please, once again, assist me with these doors. Let's have a look.
Thash comes over to you. He says, "What would you like have me do, Lord Wyman?"
Let me just examine and see if there are any locks, or if this is a door that can just open, or if I hear anything.
You turn the knob, and it turns with a slight creak, as if it's been unused for ages.
Okay.
What do you do?
I stand back and I say, Thrash, good sir, I'll hold this torch up high while you open up the door to see what's inside.
Thash says, Lord Wyman, sir, after your bravery in the battle, I would do anything for you. And he throws open the door, and a gust of wind blows out past you. You see dimly lit another room off to the side. It looks like some kind of a storage room. Now, Lobelia, what are you doing at the end of the hallway? You see this doorway. You notice once you get close and you hold up your candle, there are a couple of scratch marks on the edges of the door looking like they were made from this side.
Okay, so I'm gonna examine the scratches on the door.
Okay. They're deeply gouged into the wood. They almost look like a bear's claws.
Oh.
I was totally not me. I didn't just rampage and scratch.
I look really closely at them and I call to Irolo. Irolo, come here. I have something that you may be able to help me with.
I use the remainder of my hold to transform back into druid form.
Cool.
And I saunter over, brushing off my brutal wounds like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
These will heal in time.
I touch these like scratches in the wall and I say, these look as though they may be bear claws. What have you seen such things before?
I lean forward with my acute senses and touch and run my fingers along the scratches in the wall.
Awesome.
And I wish to consult great knowledge that I've held for many years.
Roll what? A spout lore or a discern reality?
Yeah. Spout lore. Spout lore, this motherfucker. All right. So that's
fuck.
Plus your intelligence, yeah.
I think my int is super low. Is that my negative stat? No, that's my charisma. All right, it's just 2d6 plus nada.
Oh my god! Awesome.
Wow, Sean.
He's like, I think these may have been mine.
Okay, Irolo. You put your hands up against these claw marks.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And you furrow your brow and you think back into your past experience, and as you stand there, the door snaps open and a crystalline spear comes stabbing out of the darkness from beyond towards you. What do you do, Irolo?
I just take it.
All right. 1d8 damage straight to the side.
Roll 1d8. Oh, it hurt a lot.
Okay, you take 1d8 damage. Lobelia, there's a crystalline guard standing right in front of you. Its jagged form snarling in the image of a snarl. Yes. And it retracts its spear and looks at you and hisses through its crystalline mouth. What do you do?
I do a backflip, and then I freaking, while I'm doing my backflip, I'm pulling out a dagger and I'm readying it and I'm going to throw it at somebody and I'm hitting an 8.
Yeah, awesome.
And I don't have time to like aim at his crotch. I'm just aiming to hit him.
She
Do you
does
wanna
the
do
backflip,
less
and I'm just like,
damage?
I guess she farted when she did that. I don't know what that noise was.
Do you want to do less damage or do you want to be in danger?
I'll be in danger.
Okay,
Yeah.
you land in a pile of refuse.
I'm pretty certain I'm in danger, so it makes sense.
You land in a pile of refuse, and like a big wooden box shifts and it collapses over your foot, pinning you in place. And your dagger flies straight and true, shattering a hole in the chest of this creature. It like drops its spear, which shatters against the floor. It collapses to its knees, going, "Ooh!" And then the entire thing just like crystalline fractures shatter along all of its limbs, and it just explodes into a shatter on the floor.
And I begin trying to move this giant crater box or whatever has fallen on my foot and try to get it off of me.
You manage to shift the box.
Does it do any damage to me, or?
No, it dealt you no damage, but you took some time to remove it, and if you were in a combat situation, you can tell that you would be in pretty dire trouble. Fortunately, it seems like there are no other creatures assaulting you from the other side of this door. You see past this door, it looks like a long, narrow hallway that leads off, ahead, and maybe at the end again turns to the left. Now, Lord Wyman, you're peering into this small sort of maybe 15 by
Yes.
20-foot room that looks like kind of a storage room. What are you
Yes.
doing?
I would definitely like to discern realities on the room.
Okay, awesome.
So I roll. +1. 7.
Cool.
One.
So you get to ask one, yeah?
What here is useful or valuable to us?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you begin sifting through the contents of the shelves, and boop. Oh my. Huh. Ooh, that's an interesting result.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Oh, me.
Come to the light, boys.
Most of what's on the shelves is like rotten food. There's like ancient, dusty, like grossly dried like beef jerky and like jars of spoiled milk and like just all sorts of like gross shit. But amongst them, you find like an ancient looking crumbly paged cookbook. And you begin flipping through it, and it turns out that someone has been like writing in the margins of the last couple of pages.
Is it called "What's in Your Mouth This Week"? What's in
Yes, that's the name of the cookbook. What's in your mouth this week?
okay, perfect.
That's the rough translation of the ancient Elven of the title of this book.
Perfect.
And in the margins, there's like a couple of passages that have just been scritched in a poor hand, and the first of them says, "Cathrist the Great is no more. He has fallen and lies in repose. His high priest," let's see if I can give you the name. "His high priest Haptef searches constantly through the halls." And then there's another one that says, "Today there was a massive earthquake and a strange frosty chill hangs in the air. I like it not, and I mistrust the cracks that have appeared in the walls of the black pool." And the final one is
Wow.
the final entry in the margins of this book reads, "The paladin has gone mad. He is a threat to everyone. We must be careful of him."
I'm thinking about whether or not I want to share what I have found. I have found a book, my party, and in it contains a very important piece of information. For one, it sounds as if our Cathris has
Catharist.
Kitty cat.
has fallen
Catharist.
and taken his spot is the Haplif, who I'm not sure, but may be the one that you saw earlier, Belle. This is
Haptef.
all the information, Haptef, that we have.
Yes. That creature that I saw earlier, it looks quite dangerous. I think we need to prepare for that.
Shall we continue to go down the hallway? Or make camp? Level up?
What is this level up? You
Wait,
speak
let me-
What's everybody's HP at?
I'm at 7 HP.
I'm
Oh.
18.
I'm at
7,
24,
18.
26.
24.
You're
Steven-
at 7 HP, Irello.
It's
You have-
okay. I'm
you
gonna
have
lay
healing
down and
items.
Use poultices and herbs. I seem to notice that there's cuts and bruises all over my body, but I only notice them now because I'm so good at dealing with pain, being the boss vanguard of the forest.
You also were a bear.
I was a bear. I have the feral barrel still kind of coursing in me.
Yeah.
The great root of the mama tree on my arm reminds me, "Stay alive, idiot!" And I pull the poultices and herb out of a very simple satchel around my waist, and I rub them directly on my forehead.
Yes. You apply the poultices and herbs, consuming one use. It's got 2 uses, so you've got 1 use left. And you heal yourself of 7 damage.
Steven, I have a question about cleric spells. Can I use
Yeah,
all
man.
of these spells like right now, once a day, or can I only use one a day?
No, so let me see here. Casting spells as a cleric. You commune. Every day when you commune, you are granted new spells of your choice whose total levels don't exceed your own cleric level +1. So you
get 2 per
can
day.
memorize 2 spells per day.
Okay.
And you get all the rotes every day. So
Oh,
your
I get
first
the
spell
rotes
was
as
Speak
well.
with Dead, and then what's your second spell for today?
Oh my god, I have a fucking light rote. This is retarded.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I didn't realize I had that. The second spell is Cure Light Wounds, and I go over to Irolo and heal him.
Awesome. Roll that 1d8.
Dang, so that means we're not resting. Darn it.
Roll 1d.
Oh, Bell.
6.
Cool.
I will.
Yes, Lord Woman.
Oh, Bell, I'll heal you. No need to rest. I simply must lay my hands on
I'm-
your breasts.
Oh,
And
goodness.
I will roll.
I don't need any healing. Get your hands off my
Roll
breast.
2d6.
I slap him?
2d6
I don't have any.
plus
I don't have
3.
any damage. I don't
Oh,
have
I
any damage.
failed!
So
I
Lobelia,
slap him. Can I
as
do
Lord
damage?
Wyman
1d4
approaches-
damage to his face.
yeah, you slap the shit out of Lord Wyman and interrupt his spell cast.
Yes.
Lord Wyman, let's
Yes.
see. Yeah. Awesome.
I rolled a 1.
You deal 1 damage to Lord Wyman.
And I have 1 armor.
Yep.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
get slapped. That's it.
sweet.
So,
Dude, pull out a knife and dip it in poison and stab him in the ball
Slap
socket,
with
if
the
you know what I
poison.
mean.
let's take our 3-minute break now. And then we'll come back and
Oh, I
find
got
out
XP for
where
that.
else we're exploring.
All right.
Yeah, you did get XP for that.
That's when he's like, oh my god, I just got XP for that.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys in a bit.
Where's the HR button on this?
The HR button.